Hi everyone. Yeah, I've been gone for ages. I've missed you guys. Oh my, just put lipstick on my finger. I've missed you guys so much. Yes, so I'm back with another video, as you can see from the title. I decided to do this because a lot of people, I was getting a lot of requests to do kind of more relationship type videos. I was getting a lot of questions about like me, questions about myself, and you know, my lifestyle. While I am here, I'll tell you a couple of things first. If you do have any more questions about me that you want to ask, I'm going to answer them in future videos. Anything to do with relationships or things of that nature, you can leave them below. Also letting you know that you can follow me on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. I'll put all the links here and the links will be below as well. And also remember to subscribe, and at the moment hopefully videos should be out every Thursday or Friday. Do keep your eyes clocked on this channel because I may just decide to upload a video randomly. You may get 2 or 3 in one week, you never know. Yes, I decided to make this video. Yes, now as some of you may or may not know, I am a born-again Christian. I don't really love to use that phrase only because I've started to realise that it's more about a personal relationship, and almost saying born-again Christian almost sounds boring or like strict or religious in a sense, and really it's not. To me, it's not like that, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate. It's more of a personal relationship, and I think last year in a couple of my videos I've kind of not glossed over it on purpose, but tried to be fair to everyone else of other beliefs, and try and kind of be careful about the way I say things because I wasn't sure how people would receive them. But I was quite passionate about making this topic. Stay tuned if you do want to know about the way I think about that. But I mean, if it's something that does offend you and you don't want to watch it, then feel free to watch another video or come back next week for something else. This hopefully this video should probably be called will probably end up being called why I don't have a boyfriend. Now I'll keep it simple from now on. The way I see it is that for me, and I don't believe in recreational dating. Recreational dating is kind of like being in relationships until you find the one, or until you find the person that you marry. So yeah, that's what I believe. Now, I didn't used to believe this before I was saved. I don't know, I came from a Christian background anyway, so there was always a message of don't be in a relationship until you know you found the one God wants you to be with. Now, I'm sorry if I'm going like from subject to subject to subject. I'm just trying to make it easy for people to understand. I read that the Greeks used to believe that when people were born, they were born in a bubble of 2 people, and it was a man and a woman, and that's where finding your other half comes from, because as soon as they were born on the earth, I don't know how this happens, but they were separated. So the ball that the man and woman were in and joined together was separated, and that's where you get finding your other half, which I think is quite cool. And when I read the Bible, I can see that essence of that, because obviously, for those of you who don't know, when Adam was sleeping, I think it's Genesis 2 probably, and when Adam was sleeping, God took one of his ribs, and from that rib he made Eve, and this was so that Adam wouldn't be alone. And the Bible does say, of course, that he needed a companion, so he made Eve. Some people choose to call this helpmate. I don't disagree with the term helpmate, because for such a long time that phrase was used to kind of keep the woman in the home, keep the woman without jobs. So when you come back from Genesis 2, it kind of shows why Christians generally believe that there is one person that God has ordained you to be with, so that you're not alone, so that you do have a companion. It just seems like such a beautiful idea that God has actually ordained this one person who's complementary to you, who literally fits you like that. Greek idea that they were saying that it's literally like one. I know a lot of Christians do actually date other people. I think it depends on who you are, it really does, because I know quite a few people who they date other people and, you know, they just get married to another Christian and, you know, that's cool for them. But I don't know, I want to be someone who prays about it and then just waits and has faith and eventually meets them and gets married. Because that way I feel that I've actually found my Adam. That's why I keep on using the term, that you found your Adam. It's like he's the person who's perfect for you. He may not be perfect himself, but he's perfect for you. You know, and he's literally your flesh, and that's where the term they come together as one flesh. Now back to me. So therefore, I've kind of always, like, since I've been saved, I've lived by that, and it's not that it's been easy. There have been times where I've literally, it's tough because it's not so much peer pressure. I'm quite an independent person, but it's times when you don't have anyone else, and especially when you're going through something that other people may not understand, especially in painful circumstances, and that's when you feel, I wouldn't say loneliness, but maybe a sense of loneliness. And I've always felt quite guilty for that because I know God is there, but I just felt that sometimes you need that rock, you need that person. But then I always end up, like, after, it takes a while of learning that after a while, first of all, if I am a Christian, then that means that in a sense God has to be enough anyway. I'd be relying on a man, I'd be relying on my husband instead of me actually relying on God for everything. I'm essentially a weak Christian because I'm not putting all of my hope in God. I'm more resting it on this man, and humans, we're flawed anyway. We make mistakes. So I would rather be strong in Christ before I meet my husband, and I think that's the way it's supposed to be for everyone anyway. But yeah, it is very difficult. I mean, one thing as well for me is that it's almost like a lot of people do feel, I haven't met him yet, I can do what I want. Even if they are Christians, I can do what I want. I can talk to guys and go on dates and all of that, which is fair enough for them. But I always try and remember something that really stuck in my head. Jesus is the head of the church, and it's almost like he sees the church as his bride. That's how much he loves the church, that he almost sees the church as his wife. And like, someone actually said to me the other day, it was like, oh, you're like expecting Jesus to be your husband. That's how perfect you want him to be. And it's not that I want him to be perfect, but damn right I want him to be like Jesus. If you look at it like love, like Christ loves the church and the church is the bride. That's how our relationship has to be. The lighting is going and everything's just like, It's just me. And I know this may offend people, but that's just how I see it. Like, my husband may not be perfect, but he is God's gift to me. And he is, I mean, the Bible does say that he's the head of the home. It doesn't mean that he's going to be dictator, but to me it's almost a romantic notion because you've been waiting so long for this guy, and he's so strong and he will be such a smart man, and it's just that he's basically the person God has trusted your home to be in the hands of, and that's a powerful thing. And therefore he should be respected, definitely. I want to be a ride or die wife, definitely. Yeah, as you can see, I've had to switch on the light because this lighting is just so bad, but I hope you guys forgive me. I hope you guys aren't bored about this. I mean, so I was talking to someone the other day and they were like, oh, I don't know what to do, because I mean, I even talk to myself sometimes and I'm like, I want to go out, I want to have fun, I want to, you know, I want to date different guys. It's not fair that I should have to just wait around whilst he may or may not be dating other girls and doing other stuff. It's really hard because, for one thing for me, is the thought that I'm sitting here trying every day to be faithful and be a good servant to God, and then they may be out sleeping with other people and just doing whatever until it's the perfect time, and it's upsetting. The one thing that kind of, it doesn't make it okay, but it makes sense and it makes it just a teeny bit better, is I was reading and it said that whilst we were still sinning, Jesus had already died for us. And that's something really powerful, because let's make it personal and truthful. Even whilst I was still doing what I wanted, he had already done such an act of love for me, and had given up so much for me even before I knew him. And, you know, seeing as God is love, we might as well just compare it to a relationship, because therefore it should be the same. Of whilst he may be out there doing whatever, I still have to be sacrificial, just how Jesus was sacrificial for me. And I know that may be crazy to so many people who are watching this, but hopefully there are a select few who if not get it, are trying to get it, at least just to understand how I think about it. That's not to say relationships aren't good, because they are, and to be honest, there is a small aspect of love everywhere and all around, but I don't want to be, and I've been in that situation where you like someone so much and then it just fades. I mean, haven't you ever seen a Facebook status or a tweet from a guy you used to like or from a guy you used to date, and you're just thinking, I can't believe I ever liked you. Like, you're the most stupidest person I've ever met. I've been in that situation where I've liked somebody and then it didn't last, and either party is left feeling upset or betrayed, because you're like, what do you mean you don't like or you don't love me anymore? Like, how did it fade so quickly? Because I'd rather wait for the real thing than have a temporary thing and then be hurt and then be hurt and then be hurt and then be hurt again and again and again. Obviously, I'm not saying that there aren't long relationships out there. There are. But I'm just saying, for me, I'd rather just wait for the real deal. Because I know sometimes it feels like you're missing out on something, but once you're in it, you realize you're not missing out on it at all. It's kind of like that thing of, oh my gosh, I've always wanted to be older. And then you get there and you're just like, ah. And yeah, that's just how I feel about it. Yeah, I hope that people can either relate or understand what I'm saying. That does go into other topics of different stuff, like sex and all of that other good stuff, but I can't please everyone, so I've just got to please me. But yeah, hope you liked it. If you did, like the video, all the links are below, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and share as well if you thought this was interesting to watch and you want other people to see it too. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.